What sort of knowledge did you, I guess, bring across about Fremantle's players?
Oh, look, from the outside it's always difficult, intimate knowledge, but you have some strengths and weaknesses, but once you get in the door, you see the calibre of person with their work ethic on a day-to-day basis. So, yeah, it's been really exciting to see how hard they work, and they're so coachable, and a real willingness to learn.
Do you have a philosophy on whether you shape your game plan around the strengths that you have in this group? I guess individuals like Aaron Sandilands, Matthew Pavlich, or do you mould your players to suit the game plan that you want to bring in here?
Well, I think it's a combination of both. I think you want freedom within structure, do you know what I mean? So you have structure set up that provide plenty of possibilities and alternatives and options depending on what the opposition's doing, and you let that great talent like Sandilands and Pavlich and those guys express themselves within that.
Your record for getting the best out of players who might be deemed, I guess, to be middle tier, would you say that that's a strength that you've had in your coaching career?
Oh, look, it's sort of not hard to self-assess, but a lot of judgments are made externally on lots of things, and some are accurate and some are inaccurate, but certainly, there were some really good stories previously of players playing their best football and really improving, and some of the so-called, less fashionable people making really strong contributions, like Robert Eddy and Andrew McWalter and those type of guys. So Clint Jones, really proud of that, and that's the aim here, to get. Really, we just want everyone to be the best they can be, and provide an environment that allows them to grow if they work really hard. We talk about being what you want to be.
A lot of your players have spoken this pre-season about adjusting to your game plan and the demands of that. What sort of, I guess, demands have you put on them to get up to speed quickly?
Oh, nothing really. I just really coach the basics, compete really well. When we've got it, really go quickly and try and score, and when they've got it, try and get it back off the opposition. So I'm pretty basic. I just coach the 3 phases of the game: contest, pressure and use. So I'm sure they're getting their head around that.
Are you satisfied, I guess, at this point that they're all on the same page now?
I don't think I'm ever satisfied. Do you know what I mean? I think once you're satisfied, you're basking in past results, and we're not about that. We're about continually working hard daily and trying to grow. So yeah, there's no satisfaction here.
Zach Dawson, has there been any value from your perspective in having a player here at the club that's played under you before and understands you as a coach?
Well, I just think he gets my humour, maybe. Oh, look,
the other players don't?
Oh, I don't know, you'd have to ask him. So, look, it was an opportunity. Our list management took Zach. Yeah, so to answer your question, is it any benefit for me? I think he might have had opportunities to explain some of the methodology to some of the players if they weren't sure, but it's not something that I've focused on.
Is he in your plans for round 1 at this stage?
Well, Zach's got to make himself in my plans. I thought his NAB Cup 1 was very, very good. So he needs to do that NAB Cup 2, NAB Cup 3, NAB Cup 4 to pick himself.
Yep.
I think that's the great misnomer that, at the end of the day, players pick themselves, not so much match committees.
Yep.
It's not hard to see good players.
How do you ensure a guy like Aaron Sandilands plays as much as possible this year, given his obvious value?
Well, I think we just come in general terms, don't we? That in the AFL, obviously he's a key player, and if there's opportunities to rotate them, in and out of the team, is that feasible? I don't know. I think it's easier to do that when you're 18-1 as opposed to 6-6, something like that. What is it? 10-9. So yeah, that's something. Try and share the workload. Get other people going through the ruck, time forward, time on the bench. He's just the obvious example. But those methods apply to everyone trying to manage.
Has much changed for him this pre-season, I guess, physically and with his strength, weight, those sort of things?
Oh, look, I think he's like the other guys. He's hit all the parameters and standards. He's worked really hard, and there's a lot made of his toe, and he basically hasn't missed a session. He had a slight tweak of a hamstring at one point, but other than that, he's a real. You can see why he's made it as an AFL player. He's a really hard worker and prepares really well, and you know, he's an official part of the leadership group, so clearly he models, you know, a lot of the things we're after, you know.
How have you seen the leadership that he provides?
Yeah, really strong. He leads by action, not too much fluff about him, and we like that. He puts the work boots on and comes to work every day and works hard.